Hello, and good morning, and welcome to my Monday messages. I'm Rebecca. For those of you who might be tuning in for the first time, I'm a homeopath, QTT practitioner, holistic life coach, and natural health advocate. And just coming here on a Monday to set us all up for the week and put a thought, something to stimulate us, simple practice, anything really that I think might help us to become more conscious of the things that are working for us and to also become conscious of what maybe isn't working for us. And obviously, most importantly, to know that we can change those and support ourselves better going forward. So welcome if you're joining me live, and you're equally welcome if you're joining on the replay. Do pop your comments and questions into the comment boxes with this video, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So something happened to me yesterday, actually, which I felt was probably not peculiar to me, but do correct me if I'm wrong in that. And it set me thinking about things like anchoring, which I've spoken about before, subconscious anchoring, and beliefs and values and all those things rolled into one. So I was in a clothes shop yesterday, but a clothes shop that I don't normally buy clothes in. I'm looking for something in particular at the moment. I'm looking for shorts because I'm going on a walking holiday later on this summer. Shorts are not my best friends, and I don't think I'm alone in that. And they can bring up all kinds of self-flagellation, if you like, around my size. Anyway, cut a long story short, this particular clothes shop has lots of different brands within it, and the sizing is generally small, medium, large, extra large, and I think there's even an extra large in some cases. And when I was trying on these shorts, I noticed a couple of things. One was that I had automatically reached mostly for the large size. And that when it became apparent, not in all of them, because it's never uniform, is it, in shops, that mostly the large was too big for me. And I felt an immediate rush of positive feelings, if you like, about that. Oh, good. I'm not a large. I'm obviously a medium. That's great. I feel good about that, which was interesting. And then also kind of annoyed that in something else, a dress I was trying on, that in fact I did have to get a large. And all of those feelings that came up were in spite of my thinking mind knowing full well how arbitrary the sizing is with clothing shops, how random it is, even within the same shop, and that we can very seldom rely on, I'm always this size, no matter where I go shopping. So the ability to kind of disregard the sizing that any shop or brand adopts is really useful. It's really liberating and freeing. I can do that with my cognitive thinking mind. And yet these obviously deep-seated feelings of not wanting to be wearing clothing that was labelled large or extra large because that didn't make me feel good. And that just reminded me of how we can subconsciously anchor feelings into clothing, definitely, but also into words, because the words small, medium, large are just words at the end of the day. That they only have meaning when they are capable of triggering us into feeling something. And for me, definitely, there's a little bit of residue there of something that I used to feel absolutely every time I went shopping years ago. I haven't actually felt like this for a long time, and I kind of know why, but I'm not going to share that with you today. Oh, thanks for the thumbs up. So I'm guessing it is resonating with more than just me. So I wanted to actually bring that to consciousness as that if we're subconsciously making those associations with the clothing that we pick, or that maybe we feel we have no choice in, how is that making us feel overall? How is that contributing to our desire to feel as fabulous as possible? Because these days, of course, we're not selecting clothes just because we want to be warm and dry. Of course, we're not. We're choosing clothes because we want to enhance our appearance. We want to help ourselves to feel as good as possible, and we want others to think a certain way about us from the way that we dress. So all of those things come into the mix. So there are choices, and our feelings around those choices are very much governed by cultural norms. What is acceptable to, and what is our countries, our nations, or our geographical presence. What are the cultural norms? What's deemed attractive and what isn't attractive? Is there any shame around taking up too much space, for example? Because a lot of women, on many levels, have been brought up to believe that they should not take up space, either literally or energetically. And those can go in really, really deep. So when they come to consciousness, as they did yesterday for me, thankfully, I can now let go of them. I can let them move on, and I can do that quite quickly, thank goodness. But it reminded me of a time when I was very much invested in that, and I didn't like the way that I looked. I didn't like my weight. I didn't like walking around in clothing that was labelled large and extra large, and that lasted for a long time until I was able to look at those associations that I had around those words. And it's interesting, isn't it, that when we apply small, medium and large to other things, like ordering a coffee, for example, do they have the same connotations? I don't think so. So just encouraging everybody to notice those things around clothing in particular. Do you have feelings that are triggered by those sizing limitations? Do you feel that we could have a better system of identifying size? Maybe it could be based on colour, or maybe it could be literally 1, 2, 3, 4, so that it takes the meaning out of it. I don't know how long that would last, though, because that's what we do. We like to attach meaning to things because we're driven by our feelings and the meanings that we've attached to those feelings, and to words, and to objects, and to clothing, and to pretty much everything in our lives. So thinking that because we feel like that's a permanent state is not helpful. It doesn't have to be. So if you have any issues around clothing labels, or being triggered when you go clothes shopping into feeling less than in any way, then you can change that. And that's what we do in QTT for sure, is we are able to let go of disempowering beliefs, values, associations, feelings at the end of the day that may be keeping us not feeling great about ourselves and not able to fully be our authentic selves. So that's an option. And also homeopathy is capable of doing that too, because it is instigating changes in all of our selves, both physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, so that anything that is stuck is keeping us, excuse the pun, playing small in any way, then we can change that at any time we want. So I just wanted you to be reminded of that today. And also, if you do have any great suggestions for how we could change the labeling, size labeling in clothing, then do pop them in the comments below. I'll be really interested in your thoughts on that one. That's it. Have a lovely week. And just maybe have a little focus on your clothing and your wardrobe and your appearance. And if it's not a problem to you, happy days. Well done, you. But if it is, when you think about it, bringing up some discomfort or even as far as shame, then that's not an energy state that is going to serve you to stay in for very long. So know that you can change that whenever you're ready. Okay, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.